For over 2,000 years, one book has stood as the ultimate guide to strategy, leadership, and the art of war. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's not just for generals. Its wisdom has inspired emperors, entrepreneurs, and modern leaders alike. Here at China Tales, we bring that wisdom to life, not with lectures, but through timeless legends from ancient China. This is Stories of Strategy, learning Sun Tzu through legends. Let the journey begin. In 207 BC, China was in chaos. The once mighty Qin dynasty, known for unifying the empire just a decade earlier, had become a brutal regime. Its tyranny sparked rebellions across the land, farmers, soldiers, and warlords alike rising to end Qin rule. At the center of this storm was General Zhang Han, one of Qin's top commanders. He led the empire's elite troops, battle-hardened from crushing earlier uprisings. After defeating the rebel army of Xiang Yu, he joined forces with his deputy Wang Li and set his sights on Julu, a vital city in the north. Inside the city, King Si of Zhao and his ally Zhang Er were under siege, surrounded and desperate. They sent out urgent calls for help to all neighboring warlords. But those warlords, called Zhuhu in Chinese, regional lords with their own armies, hesitated. From the safety of their camps, they watched the massive Qin army like a steel tidal wave rolling across the plains. The war drums thundered, fear spread. No one wanted to be the first to die. Everyone hoped someone else would fight, and they'd reap the rewards. Then came a man who refused to wait, Xiang Yu. He was the nephew of Xiang Liang, the rebel leader recently killed by Qin. Strong as a bull, fearless as fire, Xiang Yu carried a burning desire for revenge and a dream to overthrow Qin rule. He was sent north by King Huai of Chu, one of the rival states, along with a cautious commander named Song Yi. But Song Yi stalled. He kept the army camped for 46 days at a place called Anyang, paralyzed by fear of the powerful Qin army. Xiang Yu knew that if they waited any longer, Julu would fall. He acted decisively. In front of the troops, he accused Song Yi of treason, claiming he was plotting with enemy states, and executed him on the spot. Holding Song Yi's severed head, Xiang Yu declared,
By the command of the king of Chu, I have punished the traitor."
His boldness shocked the army. The soldiers, inspired by his bravery, pledged loyalty to him. Even King Huai, though alarmed, officially named Xiang Yu as the new commander-in-chief. Wasting no time, Xiang Yu moved his forces to the eastern bank of the Jiang River just outside Julu. There he gave a now legendary order.
"Break the cauldrons and sink the boats. Carry only 3 days of food."
In ancient Chinese culture, this was a symbol of total commitment, destroying all means of retreat. It meant, we win or we die. The message rang clear through the army like a war cry. Morale surged. There was no going back. With resolve hardened like steel, Xiang Yu led his troops across the river and attacked General Zhang Han's forces head-on. The Chu soldiers fought like lions. Outnumbered but determined, they charged into battle with deafening roars. Though the Qin front held strong at first, Xiang Yu quickly adapted. Instead of grinding it out in a prolonged confrontation, he changed tactics, striking at the Qin army's supply road, known as the Yongdao, cutting off food and weapons from reaching the front. This supply route had been specially constructed to support General Wang Li's forces, who were positioned closest to the walls of Julu. Once it was cut off, Wang Li's troops became isolated, no longer able to receive reinforcements or supplies from Zhang Han's main army. The impact was immediate. Stranded and undersupplied, morale within Wang Li's ranks collapsed. Xiang Yu seized the opportunity. He ordered a full assault. The battlefield turned into a storm of blades and blood. Xiang Yu, wearing heavy armor, personally led the charge, his halberd flashing like lightning through the enemy ranks. The Chu army, driven by desperation and resolve, broke through again and again. The Qin soldiers began to crumble. Back in their camps, the warlords who had once hesitated watched in awe. Xiang Yu's courage burned like wildfire. Embarrassed by their own fear, the warlords finally joined the fight. Together, they overwhelmed the Qin forces. Wang Li was captured. His deputy Su Jiao was killed. The siege of Julu was over. After the battle, Xiang Yu summoned the warlords to his camp. They came, not walking but crawling on their knees, none daring to meet his gaze. From that moment on, Xiang Yu was named commander of all the lords. The other warlords now followed his command. The Battle of Julu was more than a military victory. It was a turning point in Chinese history. With unmatched bravery, clever tactics, and the will to win or die trying, Xiang Yu lit the fire that would eventually burn down the Qin Empire. And in doing so, he became a living legend. The strategy behind this battle reads like a direct playbook from Sun Tzu's Art of War, Chapter 7, titled Maneuvering. Let's see how Xiang Yu brought these ancient ideas to life on the battlefield. Sun Tzu said,
Maneuvering is difficult. The key lies in using the long way as the short way, and turning disadvantage into advantage.
Xiang Yu didn't attack the Qin army head-on. Instead, he struck their supply lines. It looked like a detour, but in reality, it gave him the shortest path to victory. Sun Tzu said,
To seize advantage, one must march quickly, arm on, day and night without rest. If you travel too far, the army breaks. The fastest arrive exhausted, the slowest never arrive.
After 46 days of delay under Song Yi, Xiang Yu acted without hesitation. He took command, crossed the river, and struck before Qin could respond. His speed became his greatest weapon. Sun Tzu said,
Those who do not know the terrain cannot maneuver. Those who do not use local guides cannot gain advantage.
Xiang Yu understood the land around Julu. He didn't just know where to fight, he knew where to hit hardest, the Yongdao, the Qin army's vulnerable supply route. Sun Tzu said,
Move as swiftly as the wind. Stay as silent as the forest. Attack like fire, hold like a mountain.
The Chu army crossed the river like a storm, struck with fire and refused to retreat. Their discipline and intensity mirrored this exact verse. Poetry in motion, written in blood and steel. Sun Tzu said,
Morale can be stolen. The best generals avoid the enemy's peak energy and strike when their spirit fades.
After the Qin army lost their supplies, their confidence crumbled. Xiang Yu didn't hesitate. He struck when their will was weakest, and won the battle before the final blow even landed. Sun Tzu said,
Drums and flags unify the army. They allow the brave to move forward and prevent the fearful from running back.
Although records don't describe Xiang Yu's signal system in detail, his forces fought with unity and precision, even under chaos. That discipline reflects a commander who mastered battlefield control. Sun Tzu's maneuvering teaches that war is not about reckless speed. It's about knowing when and where to strike with certainty. Xiang Yu didn't just lead a battle. He created a moment where hesitation was impossible, retreat was erased, and courage turned into unstoppable force. The Battle of Julu became more than a clash of armies. It was the embodiment of Sun Tzu's wisdom, where strategy met courage, and history changed forever.